the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez. And are you still waiting for your friend to find you a match? Well, baby, I actually have a matchmaker in the building who hooked up 2 of his friends, and now they're married, they got a baby, and things are all good. So are your friends doing the right things, or do you need to, maybe link up with him and get match made? Because he actually uses data to find compatibility. He's got a whole bunch of steps. We're gonna dive into it, but first, this is the Nightcap, so we need a cocktail in our hand. I've got Taylor Dion from Terra with a good-looking cocktail. What is this?
This is the Terra Refresher. It's going to be a cucumber blackberry cocktail. It's one of our signature drinks.
Amazing. All right, we're gonna have to try this out. You're gonna show me how to make it later, though.
Yes, okay.
All right. Well, I've got the couple already seated, but I'm gonna boot them because I want to talk to the matchmaker himself. So let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, kick back.
All right, let's dive into what makes a good matchmaker, like my guest, Alex Smith, the matchmaker and founder of The Well Matched.
Hello.
Welcome to the Nightcap.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, baby, you were in the papers, and somebody that I follow and who has been on the show was posting and raving about you because she is one of your success stories. And I was like, hold up. We've covered matchmaking. We talk about dating all the time. We hear about the failures. And I was like, oh, we actually have a success story here that I know and recognize. So I've got to get Alex in here.
Yeah.
So tell me about The Well Matched and how it came about.
Okay, so my whole purpose is I want to help create legacies by connecting the right people at the right time for the right reasons.
Okay.
So I've created a questionnaire that has about 60 questions.
60?
60 questions.
Okay, so this is thorough.
It's thorough, but you know what it also is? It vets people, because if you're not serious, you're not gonna fill out a questionnaire with 60 questions that takes, an hour or more to fill out.
Right.
But if you do, it's really gonna give me exactly what I need to find someone who might be compatible with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you find that you give, this questionnaire to people and like, oh, they're not filling it out. Okay, they're not ready.
They're not ready.
They're not ready.
Yeah, I have found that. I think that because I primarily have been putting my messaging through Instagram, I don't necessarily have to do a one-on-one, kind of interaction to say like, hey, fill this out, and then I wait to see. It's more so I'll do a video on a topic that I think will reach a certain, target demographic, right? Like men who may not want to date because they feel like it's transactional. I'll do a video talking about it, sharing both sides of it, not making anyone feel judged or othered. I just want everyone to feel seen and maybe offer a solution so that we can solve the problem, not just talk about the problem.
Right. And you're tackling it from all sides. That way everyone's heard or presented in some way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so your 60 questions, how did you develop those?
Whew, good question. I've been married for 7 years.
Okay.
So we've gone to therapy more than a few times. We actually think that's a healthy way to go about a relationship, right? So every month or so, we'll go in. And I think that they give you tools that, had you not been there, you probably, would have never learned about some of these tools and tactics and frameworks. So what I wanted to do is essentially like take what I learned and give it to, someone who might need it. Because I knew that I would have appreciated, learning some of these things and discussing some of these topics beforehand.
Yeah. And another thing that you do, when I was asking you, is like, are you data driven? Are you compatibility driven? And it's all of these things.
Yeah, I'm data driven. I mean, I'm a strategist by trade.
Okay.
Worked at Google, worked at a management consulting firm for 12 years. So I live in charts, I understand data, but I wanted it to be data insights that hinted at compatibility. So I found 9 key areas where you can look across and assess someone against another person to see if they're compatible or not.
Okay.
Yep.
That sounds scary, but scary good, right? I mean, especially when we're in such an AI-generated world, like to be able to sit and look at data and be like, you ain't even gonna work out. Like, don't even give it a try.
Well, let's talk about it, right? Like, I ask people questions like, when in conflict, do you want space or do you want to talk about it immediately?
Oh, baby, we gonna burn it to the ground right now. That's me, okay?
Right.
My husband was very much like, I'm cooling cooling off.
Right.
Now he's, you know, he's fiercer than I am just because he's had to.
He's had to grow into that role.
Yeah, I'm not someone who can go to bed angry. Like, I will wake you up, you know.
Right.
So yeah, that is a great question
Right.
to ask people.
And there's others, right? Like we talk about financial mindsets. How much do you make, and how much do you want your partner to make? Are you going to continue to work? You know, do you have plans to retire early? You know, would you date someone who makes significantly less than you? These are all questions where there's not a right or wrong answer. It's just your answer. And what I try to do is solve a supply and demand issue. I'm not trying to tell you what you should do. Like, if you want someone who makes X amount, I love that for you. I want to be able to find them. If I can't, though, I would love to just be able to tell you why, and maybe help you understand, if you change any of those filters, how might your possibilities expand, right?
I was just gonna ask, because some people might be like very staunchly like, no, they've got to be making more, or they got to be making the same, but you know, they might still be in your tax bracket and just a little bit less if you
Absolutely.
would. Yeah. Okay, so you are willing to like expand horizons and kind of present options just in case they're willing to hear you?
Absolutely. I mean, I'll say, you know, when I ask this question, the majority of women say, you know, they won't date someone who makes significantly less, and that magic number is 100,000. And I think it's because that's a very pretty number.
Right.
Right? But, you know, there's more people who make 80,000 and more than 100,000 and more. And for me, personally, there wasn't a big difference for me when I made 80,000 versus when I made 100,000. It didn't dramatically shift my lifestyle. Right? Like, it's not a big difference, but I think that society has made such a big deal out of that. And I don't know. I just think that I want to be a part of the conversation to help people kind of understand maybe some of our blind sides, right? Like, how can we change and shift the culture to just become closer? Because what I'm doing, I mean, it's matchmaking, but I didn't invent this. Like, we've been doing this for generations, right? It started off with grandmas or aunties in the church, right? With pastors, or
who are still
with
going
friends
strong, by the way.
Still going strong, right? You
Yep.
know, like, everyone's heard he comes from good stock, or she comes from good stock.
Right.
And I think that's all I'm trying to do. I really just want to bring the culture closer. Let's end this foolishness with this gender war that I think is going on.
Yeah.
And let's talk to each other like we love each other, right? And then I think if we do that, we might be able to find someone who actually is compatible with who you are as a person.
I love it. And you actually have a success story in the building. So coming up next, we're going to meet the Clarks and find out how Alex got them together. You stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking to Alex Smith, who's the founder of The Well Matched, and you know his theory is around matchmaking, and so we have his success story in the building, the Clarks. We've got Fred Clark for the first time. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and next to you, we've got Maggie Clark back in the building. She's one of our boss babes, and she was here for all of the bachelorette fun leading up to y'all's wedding.
And we're here.
Too much fun. Too much fun.
She's like, now you
And
stuck.
we're here.
All right, so how long have y'all been together?
We've been together like 3.5 years. We met October 2021 at Alex's house.
At Alex's house. Okay. All right. So you brought them together.
I did. I knew Maggie from high school. I knew Fred from college. And they both were single and serious and just ready to be intentional about finding someone that, I don't know, was their person. And they each were telling me kind of what they looked for. I knew who they were as people, but what I found interesting and just, I don't know, like gratifying was like, as they were describing what they wanted, I was like, man, I know that those things can be found in
This
Fred
other
and in
person.
Maggie. And so instead of just passing along the phone numbers to each of them, I said, you know what I'll do? I'll schedule a house party. So I invited 50 people over to the house.
My man said a house party of 50 people, and y'all two
right.
supposed to find each other within the 50 people?
They are.
We knew the play ahead of time.
We knew the
They
plan.
Oh,
We do.
What do you mean you knew the play ahead of time? Hold on.
Yeah.
You said, okay, I'm going to set you up within this game night situation,
I
this
sure
house
did.
party?
I told Fred that it's a lady there named Maggie that I would love for you to talk to. Told Maggie it's a guy, Fred, at the party that I would love for you to talk to, you know. But I didn't tell anyone else who was at the house party that was the play.
What? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when y'all hear this, are you like excited to meet Fred? Are you excited to meet Maggie? Like, this is a very interesting format.
So for me, I was ready. So I knew going into this that I trusted AJ because I remember going to him and saying, hey, I'm intentional about finding somebody now at this point in my life. And I trust AJ. Like, I know he's gonna, or Alex, I know he's gonna set me up with somebody who's reputable, who's got a lot of respect for themselves, and somebody he would trust with me. And so when he said that there's gonna be this game night and I'm gonna have you there for a specific person, I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous as hell. Okay, I was very nervous. Because even though I'm an extrovert, I'm still kind of an introvert. Like, I'm still kind of to myself, a little bit more reserved. So because I knew the play, I initially wasn't talking to Fred. And, and in fact, he'll probably admit and say that he didn't think that I was interested. And so I was just really just being nervous.
You were nervous and shy.
I was very shy. I mean, he'll tell you, like, he'll ask me a question and I was very short with my answers. And so he did not think that I was interested at all. But going into it, I was like, Maggie, we have to put everything aside. We got to go in. I was ready, but I was also very like thirsty for my husband. Like, where is he? And I know he's here. So I had to put everything aside and just say, let's be open-minded. Let's go into this, and what happens, happens. Let it happen.
Let it happen.
Let it happen.
Okay, Fred, you weren't as nervous, or were you just as nervous?
No, I wasn't as nervous. I think I had been at AJ's house a few weeks earlier. I had just got out of a prior relationship. AJ didn't know that, so I told him, and he was like, "Oh, that's dope. Like, you should meet."
Absolutely.
He's like, "She's a hindrance. I got your woman."
That's dope. Right. Perfect. You should meet Maggie. And I wanted it to be organic, right? Like, I still want to be able to, you know, meet her, talk to her, and do it in an authentic way. And so he brought up the idea of the game night. Went to the game night. Like she said, there wasn't, we didn't talk much throughout the game night. Like, I would try to talk to her and say a few things. She was a little short with me. So at one point I told AJ, I said, man, I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is the right one. Right. He was like, man, just like, go ahead and talk to her. Like, give her some time. She's nervous. And we ended up chatting right as she was about to leave. She had a flight to Chicago the next day. And so we exchanged numbers. And when she got back from Chicago, we went on the first date.
And the rest was history.
Okay, we're gonna dive into why they're so compatible, why it worked. All right, you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've got the Clarks in the building, which is a match made in heaven by Alex Smith, founder of The Well Matched. Okay, so game night. Came back from Chicago, first date. Did you know immediately, like, wow, AJ did his thing?
I'll be honest. AJ sent me a message before the game night and said, I've got the perfect person for you. And he sent me Fred's profile. And I joke, but I'm so serious when I saw that message and I saw his profile, I just knew that was my husband. Like, that's him. Like, aside from whatever expectations I had or what list I thought I had, I looked at that profile and I said, AJ, that's him. I was like, set it up. Like, put us in the same room. Like, I was all in at that point. And so when I got back from Chicago and we went on our first date, I was like, we shut the restaurant down. Like, the lights came on, they were trying to kick us out, but I was there and I was intrigued and I was wide open, baby.
What was it for you, Fred?
I feel like when we went on that first date, she was asking me different questions. And she was very intentional. Like, she was asking me about, like, what were my thoughts on children, right? And ways, you know, lifestyle and things like that. And I felt like I was committing to marriage and kids on that first date. But it was just, it was a different type of energy that I got from her. I knew that she was dating for intention. I knew that she was looking for someone that wasn't there to play around with her heart. And at that time in my life, I wasn't there to play around with her heart, and I knew that I was looking for that next step as well. So it just so happened that, you know, our conversations, like Maggie just said, we shut down that first restaurant. I think we shut down the first 5 restaurants that we went to. 4th date, we went skydiving. So it was just, it's been a great ride ever since.
4th date, skydiving.
Skydiving. That's when I knew it was.
We're
getting married.
I'm the right age, and he's like, yeah, this is a product of my matchmaking, baby.
That's right.
But he knew that we both are adventurous, that we both like having a good time. The game night fit both of us. And so I just, it's a testament to Alex in knowing the both of our personalities and understanding that we'd be compatible.
Okay, so are you guys now sending single friends to Alex? Like, come on. If you really want to find your one, it's
Every
time
day.
All of them.
Everybody. Yep.
Yeah.
And actually, I think people after our wedding, people really, I think it turned on. Like people's like, I'm readiness turned on, light switches turned on, and they're like, Alex, do you have anybody for me? Is there anybody out there for me that you can introduce me to? So I think our story really just kind of opened up the wave of people just kind of letting down their guards and actually being more intentional about dating and being more open to someone who's perhaps not their type or who doesn't make a certain amount or whatever, just putting that stuff aside and just being really open to actually giving love a chance.
Yeah, and especially at a wedding, right? When they get to witness y'all's testimony, they get to see that love, you know, throughout the room, that energy. Okay, so.
I said no. When those people came up to me and said, could you match me? I said no, because I didn't know them as well as I knew Fred and Maggie, right? And I said what everyone else says. Everybody's married. I don't know any good guys. I don't know any good women, you know. Like, I kind of washed my hands. And then it wasn't until I really started to figure out, like, what my purpose on life is, was when I started to go back to that moment and say, you know what? Nobody's worried, though. And maybe that's a lane for me to step into. Maybe that's my purpose, to try to find these people, because it's not true. Everybody isn't married. There are great men out there. There are great women out there. We just have to figure out, how do we bottle up and uncover and kind of boil down to like what made them work, and then think about a framework to use. And I think that's what I did. And now I've been setting up people and they're having a blast. They're also shutting down restaurants.
Well, cheers to your love and cheers to being well matched.
That's right.
And Maggie already finished her cocktail, so it was so good because it's the Terra refresher, and I get to find out how to make it after the break. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar now because I had to visit with my girl Taylor, because you know, Maggie, she finished that cocktail way before she sat down to chat with us, okay? Because it was that damn good. So it's time to back that glass up. All right, Taylor, you're one of the bartenders at Terra.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is the vibe at Terra?
Terra is an upscale luxury vibe dining. It offers American and French fusion for our food. We also offer hookah, and then we have a wide range of signature cocktails.
Like the Terra.
The Terra Refresher, yes,
Okay.
which is my favorite one.
Oh, this is actually your favorite cocktail.
Yes.
Okay, I understand why.
Yeah.
All right, so shake it on up for us. What's in it?
We're gonna do Hendrix. First, I'm gonna start off by rimming my glass with some sugar.
Sugar.
Nice little sugar rim. And then we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of Hendrix.
All right, so a hookah lounge, elevated dining, also delicious cocktails. So it's a good vibe. Maybe a good place to take a date. And,
Definitely for first date or
second date or third date, fourth or fifth date. It's not skydiving, but you know, close to. What are the people like? Are they mainly single? Are they group dates?
So far, a lot of girls' nights, first like date nights. Guys just hanging out.
Guys on the prowl,
yeah.
girls on the prowl, ready to
Definitely.
be seen and see.
Yeah.
Just really nice vibes. Everybody looking good.
Definitely.
Okay, so what part of town is Terra on?
It's gonna be off of Westheimer. basically in the heart of Westheimer.
Sprite?
Yeah, we're gonna top it off with Sprite.
Top it off with Sprite. Okay.
There we go.
Love it. Are y'all open every day?
We are open Wednesday through Sunday, and from 5 to 12.
Amazing. All right. Oh, look at these thirsty people. Okay. Y'all already found each other. Match made in heaven already happened. Listen, I know you need this. All right. Listen, if you need to find your match, you probably need to hit up my guy, Alex Smith, at the Well Match to be like my Clarks. And take that first date to Tara. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers. We've got every episode of the Nightcap, and we can go for hours. Download the Fox Local app on any of the following smart TV platforms and get in on the fun.